Vatican Museum. Going to the Vatican Museum. To pay the taxi. Okay, I'm taking some coffee before going to the Vatican. Alright, I made it to the Vatican Museum. That's waiting now for the entrance. It's very busy. Busy. Well, I booked with the amusement and we're waiting right now to get inside the museum. It's 10:30 a.m. and I'm up since 7:30, even 7 I think.
Okay, prego.
The stress of Vatican. Vatican stress.
We are all together, right?
Yes, we're.
Rapidamente vi voglio spiegare come funziona qui per la visita. So all please, all the English speakers, I just need
I have to go there.
siamo tutti. Okay, so all the English here. Oh, pardon.
Alright, we have to wear a mask. This is the Vatican. I don't like them already, but I have to be nice. If not, they kick me out. So I paid for skip the line and audio tour. So where I'm gonna get my headset inside.
If you need the earphones, I have them.
Hi.
Hello.
That's the one in charge, Veronica. Well, I did not know that we're not supposed to be filming as we are entering the Vatican Museums, and the police wanted to take my cell phone from me and I refused. Where's the entrance? It's from here. The Vatican Museums are the public museums of the Vatican City. The display works from the immense collection amassed by the Catholic Church and the papacy throughout the centuries, including several of the most well-known Roman sculptures and most important masterpieces of Renaissance art in the world. The museum contains roughly 70,000 works, over which 20,000 are on display, and currently employs 640 people who work in 40 different administrative, scholarly, and restoration departments. Pope Julius II founded the museums in the early 16th century. The Sistine Chapel, with its ceiling and altar wall decorated by Michelangelo, and the Stanze di Raffaello, decorated by Raphael, are on the visitor route through the Vatican Museums. The Vatican Museums serve two purposes. As the papal palaces, they have been home to centuries of popes who built and decorated apartments to suit their sensibilities. Just as importantly, though, they house some of the world's most beautiful and important art. Covering over 9 miles, the Vatican Museum's art collection includes Greek and Roman sculptures, masterworks by Raphael, Giotto, Perugino, and Caravaggio, to name just a few Renaissance geniuses, medieval maps and tapestries, and world-famous rooms like the Sistine Chapel. Well, to be honest with you, the paintings on the walls are not perfect and they are not really well executed. I'm sorry. I was expecting better than that. Although Pope Francis has opted for a more humble abode in the Vatican Hotel, his forebears shaped the Vatican Museums into a unique mix of architectural masterwork and history-spanning art collection. The result is a huge and impressive complex that wonderfully blurs the line between private residence and public gallery. The Raphael Rooms. In 1508, Pope Julius II decided to brighten his papal apartments with a lick of paint. He called on a young painter from Urbino by the name of Raphael, and the rest is history. The frescoes painted by the soon-to-be master along with Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel frescoes kicked off the period of incomparable artistic exuberance now known as the High Renaissance. The papal apartment project outlived the Pope Julius II and even Raphael, so all the frescoes in the largest room, the Sala di Costantino, were actually painted by Raphael's assistants. And here is Auguste Rodin, Le Penseur, initially entitled Dante or Poet. Le Penseur, one of Rodin's best-known works, was sculpted by the artist between 1880 and 1882 for the tympanum of the celebrated Gates of Hell. The beauty of the four Raphael rooms has made them one of the most beloved stops in the Vatican Museums, second only to the Sistine Chapel. When you visit, keep an eye out for the likenesses in the paintings. Raphael painted many of his contemporaries into the school of Athens, paying particular homage to his sometimes hero, sometimes rival, Michelangelo. I would be lying to you if I don't admit that I came to the Vatican Museums especially to see the Sistine Chapel. The Vatican Sistine Chapel is probably the most well-known single room in the world, mostly because of the awe-inspiring frescoes by the titan of the Renaissance, Michelangelo Buonarroti. Michelangelo's work is actually comprised of two different frescoes, the ceiling featuring scenes from the Old Testament and the altar wall, which hold his dark and thrilling Last Judgement. He painted both in 1500, but with a break of 23 years between the ceiling and the Last Supper. The Sistine Chapel was built in 1481 under the commission of Pope Sixtus IV, for whom it was named. Although it attracts a large number of visitors every day, the Sistine Chapel is still used for masses and, more famously, papal conclaves. And here's one of the most famous artwork of Michelangelo at the Sistine Chapel. It's called The Creation of Adam, painted 1508 till 1512, illustrate the biblical creation narrative from the book of Genesis, in which God gives life to Adam, the first man. Matisse and his simple style and lines. Matisse. It's all Matisse. Salvador Dali. Salvador Dali. Salvador Dali. I'm having a break and sitting on a very old chair at the Vatican. Isn't that awesome? Well, this is the outside of the Vatican Museums. This is the garden. It's kind of packed. It's very busy. Leonardo. Miloso, Tiziano. Just a regular stairs I have at home. I love the stairs. The Bramante staircase. The original Bramante staircase was designed for Pope Julius II by architect Donato Bramante, also known as Bramante Lazzari, who played a central role in designing many buildings in the Vatican complex. Born in 1444, Bramante introduced the high Renaissance style to Rome. Among other Vatican accomplishments, he designed the current St. Peter's Basilica, later executed by Michelangelo, and the Belvedere courtyard. The Vatican has one of the greatest and oldest collection of statues in the world dating. The earliest sculptures date back to around 3,000 years ago, while other modern art pieces are contemporary examples of some of the best artwork of our time.
lion skin. This must be calculated, featured here. If otherwise, it depicts Ajax, Achilles' best friend, before committing suicide. You see by looking at the pedestal.
Beautiful room. It is Sala delle Immacolate Concezione. This is Raphael. Raphael room. Alright, bye-bye Vatican Museum. It was very nice. Adios, ciao! And this is the end of the Vatican Museum's excursion. It was nice. Too much for the eye. I remember when I went to the Louvre, it was the same thing. Alright, ciao. Alright, let me explain to you something. Here, it's the Vatican. When you cross that, you are in Rome. So let's cross. Let's cross. Now I'm in the Vatican. Here is Rome. As usual, the sun is behind me, so I look so dark.